Hey everyone, before we get into the video, I just want to let you know we've got some brand new Friendly Neighborhood Spoiler-Man merch available right now. We've just launched this great design that you can get on t-shirts, coffee cups, socks and phone cases. I know some of you have been asking for some better merch in the store beyond just the logo, and this one has some cool Easter eggs on it that really show the devil's in the detail, eh? I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's got one so far. It really helps the channel out and means that you can support us and get something back from it. If you want to buy one, then click just below the video. You should see the merch section. And thank you for everyone who helps make my dreams come true and means I can keep doing breakdowns like this. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Take care. Thank you. Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, aka your friendly neighborhood spoiler man, and with Venom Let There Be Carnage getting its first trailer this week, I thought we'd dive into some of the plot leaks that we have on the Marvel movie. Andy Serkis did a big trailer breakdown with IGN that I'm definitely not angry about, and throughout this video we're going to be discussing what the director said and how it lines up with certain things that we've heard on the film. Full spoilers ahead, so if you don't want anything ruined, then I recommend that you swing out of here. Otherwise, there's gonna be some carnage, eh? Smash the thumbs up button if you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe for videos worth sticking around for. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into our Venom Let There Be Carnage plot leaks. Okay, so the film takes place not too long after the post-credit scene from the first movie. Serkis has discussed how Eddie Brock is the only person that Cletus Kasady is willing to talk to, and there's a lot of mystery surrounding the character. He's scheduled to be executed on death row, but the killer has a number of hidden victims that the world is still unaware of. Brock is desperate to unearth who these people are before Kasady is killed, and thus he starts to visit Cletus more and more to get to the bottom of it. Serkis stated that the death chamber for Cletus was a complete replica of the one from San Quentin, and I love that they're paying this much attention to detail. According to leaks, we are also going to be exploring a lot of things from Kasady's past. This includes his childhood, which is supposed to be heavily in line with the comics. In the source material, when he was growing up, Kasady used to witness his father brutally abuse his mother in front of him. His dad would berate him and call him weak, and thus he got the impression that in order to be strong, he had to be abusive too. Thus he began to torture and kill animals, and slowly his mind was warped by the violence around him. Kasady actually killed his grandmother by pushing her down a flight of steps, and he attempted to murder his mother too. One day, when she was taking a bath, he tried to toss a hairdryer into it, and she finally snapped and attempted to murder her son. The details of what happened next are unclear, but it was thought that Cletus's dad killed her, though many suspected that it was the boy. Child Services moved him to St. Esther's orphanage, which further sent him down a darker path. Cletus was bullied, and this heightened his belief that he had to be abusive in order to be strong. Kasady ended up pushing a girl in front of a bus, and he set fire to the orphanage, burning it to the ground. Now there is a shot in the trailer where we see a building on fire. This may potentially be the orphanage itself, though Serkis didn't clear this moment up in his trailer breakdown, which definitely go check out mine instead because it's much better. Now, when discussing Shriek, he did bring up the fact that she had a childhood sweetheart, but wouldn't say who it was. He was acting very precious over that, eh? And if you're familiar with the comics, then you'll know that Shriek was Cletus's girlfriend and that the pair had a relationship through several of the books. Also, yeah, before you start getting angry, I was just joking about my trailer breakdown being better, yeah? I don't think I'm better than the director, you idiot. Anyway, I think you'd have to be the only clown at the circus, eh? To not figure out that the pair likely met at the orphanage and that this is where they fell in love. Oh, serial killers. So cute. Now, how she gained her abilities and at what point they got separated, we don't know, but I think that there will be a big part in the movie that highlights Cletus's childhood and how he met her. According to the leaks, this all gets told to us through Brock's reporting, and he now works for the Daily Bugle. Though we don't know if he's in the movie for definite, J.K. Simmons has said that he's due to appear in several Spider-Man properties from Sony, so you can expect to see him show up here and in Morbius. He of course appeared at the end of Far From Home as well, so it makes sense for him to cameo in No Way Home. Now the Bugle logo on both the paper and Brock's laptop is exactly the same as how it was in the Raimi movies, so expect some nods here and there. Serkis said that there are hints to the greater Spider-Verse in this film, but that the characters in this movie don't actually know that he exists. So I don't think that we will be diving directly into the MCU just yet, but with the multiverse opening up, anything is possible. Except for you getting a girlfriend, you loser. Anyway, Brock unearths that Cletus had 12 extra victims, and this massively bumps up his body count. He ends up travelling to the orphanage, which is where he discovers even more bad things about Cletus's past, and apparently this is how he unearths his origins. Now the reports are also being followed by a policeman named Mulligan, played by Stephen Graham. Now why this is interesting is because Mulligan in the comics goes on to become Toxin, aka the son of Carnage. Patrick Mulligan himself was a policeman too, so it does seem like he will indeed go on to become the character. I can't find any references to him in the leaks, so whether this happens in the film or not, I really don't know. What's more likely though is that we will get a tease towards him becoming the villain at the end of the movie, much in the same way that Carnage was set up at the end of the last film. At one point we can see Mulligan slam the paper shut and get a brief glimpse of another headline which seems to read Avengers Leave Nightmare. Now for something that isn't apparently connected to the MCU, this is still a cool little Easter egg, and it could be a nod to how Wanda ended up leaving the Hex, though that is just us theorizing. Now we also know that there's a prison break in the film, and typically in the comics this is where Cletus was infected with the symbiote. I think with Venom operating as an anti-hero that he will venture to the prison during the riots, and this is how Cletus will end up coming into contact with Carnage. The leaks that dropped for the film last year did state that there was a prison riot scene in which he became infected, and as they popped up on the internet way before the trailer, I think they hold some weight. Serkis has confirmed that the execution scene will actually be the birth of Carnage, and perhaps his host almost being killed is what springs him into action. Now from the trailers, we know that Ravencroft is going to be making a big appearance too. This is pretty much a home for supervillains that has housed many of them over the years. Shriek can be seen there in the trailers, and even the guards that go and visit her have to wear giant headphones to protect their ears, likely showing that she's had her powers for quite a long time. She can be seen in a cell shrieking, and this sends papers flying everywhere. Now my dad actually owned a paper shop, and one day it blew away, having that. Anyway, Carnage goes to rescue her, and the two end up teaming up. Carnage causes, carnage, and she shrieks, and from here they travel to a church, which is where Venom goes to take both of them down. Sonics are often used to defeat symbiotes, but weirdly, Carnage is less vulnerable to them than Venom is. I don't know whether they're going to include that in the movie or not, but it's going to make for a really interesting fight that I think will hopefully create Toxin during it. Now with all leaks, there are the less believable ones that inevitably make their way to Reddit, 4chan, my mate Dude Bro Trust Me, and my uncle's iPhone 20, which he bought directly from Bill Gates. Swear down fam, not lying. Anyway, my uncle did say that the film ends with Venom reaching out to Spider-Man for help, but I'm not 100% on this. It's something I'll say take with a grain of salt, but there are leaks out there that states Spider-Man does show up for the final battle to help Brock take down Carnage. According to them, Venom wants to kill Kasady at the end of the movie, but Spider-Man stops him, and this is what starts their rivalry. Tom Hardy did post a photo of Venom eating Spider-Man to his Instagram page, and he quickly deleted it. My uncle did screenshot it though, but whether that's true or not, we really don't know. Carnage also smacks down a spider in the trailer, but I think that's just a cool Easter egg to accompany the line about heroes. Now personally, and don't tell my uncle this, please don't tell him, I don't think that Spider-Man is going to be in the movie, and I think the final battle will be between Carnage, Shriek, and of course Venom. It's at a church and Carnage is in a Christ-like pose, so there is a lot of religious imagery going on with it. The phrase "let there be" is also steeped in religion too, so this seems like the best setting for it all to go down. Now those are all the leaks I could find and what Andy Serkis has said about the movie. Obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure you comment below and let me know. As a thank you for interacting with the video, you'll be entered into a prize drawn the 30th of May, in which we're giving away 3 copies of the Godzilla vs. Kong collection. All you have to do to be on the chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the leaks. The winners of last month's competition are on screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of the trailer, which will be linked on screen right now. We pointed out all the cool little Easter eggs in it, and also give our theories on what would be happening in the film, so definitely give it a watch right after this, and don't go and click IGN yet. I don't care if they've got Andy Serkis, I've got Kevin's spoilers. Anyway, I'll see you over there now. Go on, click it. Goodbye.